So for teen orthodontic treatment, there are a few options. First, there's traditional orthodontic treatment, which includes brackets and wires. The brackets are glued to the teeth, and the wires are attached to the brackets with rubber bands. The wires gradually move the teeth from point A to point Z. In addition, there's Invisalign treatment for teens. It's a sequence of clear aligners that are custom made for your child. They're virtually invisible and they fit snugly over your child's teeth. Now your teen's Invisalign treatment can be completed up to 50% faster with 1 week aligner changes. In my practice, I'm using the Invisalign system to treat teens much more often. They're able to take them out and clean their teeth without the obstacle of brackets and wires. In addition, they're able to eat the foods that they want to. They don't have to avoid certain foods like you would with brackets and wires.
It's always a big deal to play at the Super Bowl, and these performances proved why these artists are the biggest names in entertainment. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Super Bowl halftime shows. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the best halftime shows throughout Super Bowl history and ranking them based on their entertainment factors, theatricality, and the performance's legacy. Number 10. Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Super Bowl 48. Damn, Bruno Mars knows how to put on a show. He rocked New Jersey's MetLife Stadium, complete with a kick-ass drum solo on a moving stage and some amazing dance moves which almost rival Michael Jackson. He was a ball of energy, exuding fun-loving confidence and mad skills. The only reason this show isn't higher is because of the random appearance of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Their music clashed with Bruno's, and it was extremely odd seeing Bruno's classy R&B-styled band hopping around with shirtless, headbanging men. Regardless, it was energetic, and the overall performance was a fantastic example of an entertaining halftime show. Number 9. Lady Gaga, Super Bowl 51. You see this right here? This is why the Super Bowl halftime show is so revered. Lady Gaga has always been a theatrical performer, and her dramatic personality is on full display throughout her mesmerizing performance at Super Bowl 51. Gaga's show was grand entertainment, including her descending from the roof and performing acrobatics, not to mention colored drones forming the shape of the American flag. There was also time for emotion, as Gaga performed Million Reasons, complete with a touching hello to her mom and dad.
Giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. If I had I would run for the hills.
Critics immediately called it one of the best halftime shows ever, and we agree that it certainly is a contender.
Super Bowl 51!
Number 8. Aerosmith and NSYNC featuring Britney Spears, Nelly, and Mary J. Blige. Super Bowl 35.
It's gonna be there!
Well, this was interesting. For one thing, it seems as if the event planners simply pulled the performers' names out of a hat, because they certainly do not mix well on paper. Luckily, it worked out surprisingly well in practice.
You are Aerosync. You are a super-duper super group that's about to rock it hardcore. Now go and pop the mother off this hamburger stand.
It all began with a scripted segment involving Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, and Chris Rock, before NSYNC ran to the stage and performed a meticulously choreographed dance number.
It ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door. Come on.
What followed was a hell of an odd medley of NSYNC and Aerosmith songs before everyone came together for Aerosmith's Walk This Way. It was obviously meant to pander to different demographics, but damn if it wasn't entertaining and energetic to the max. Number 7. Madonna featuring LMFAO, MIA, Nicki Minaj, and CeeLo Green, Super Bowl 46. While many people thought that Madonna was past her prime and irrelevant for the Super Bowl halftime show, she certainly showed them all up, delivering one of the most spectacular performances in bowl history. This show was pure theater. It had Roman soldiers, Madonna riding in on a golden throne, a marching band, a choir, and MIA flipping off the camera, which landed her in a lot of hot water. However, it wasn't just the spectacle that was on point. Madonna energetically performed some of her most well-known songs and proved to everyone that she can still put on a heck of a show. Number 6. U2, Super Bowl 36. This game was played only 5 months after 9/11, so Americans weren't exactly in the mood for a rousing cinematic affair. Luckily, U2 took a more subtle and emotional approach to their Super Bowl appearance. The band performed only 3 songs, and the names of those lost in the terrorist attacks were projected behind the band during Where the Streets Have No Name. To end the show, Bono revealed his American flag-line jacket to deafening cheers from the audience. It was just what America needed at the time, and it's now rightly regarded as one of the most iconic Super Bowl halftime shows. Number 5. Beyoncé, Super Bowl 47. Well, if you want the viewers and the spectacle, then there really is no going wrong with Beyoncé.
Such a funny thing for me to try to explain how I'm feeling in my pride and going to blame.
Queen Bee absolutely lit up the Superdome with an energetic and confident performance, complete with a kick-ass stage design and sparklers shooting from her guitarist's axe. Talk about a show that's pure fire. But perhaps the best moment came when Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams shot up from the floor to join Beyoncé for Bootylicious. Twitter, naturally, went bananas. This one has easily solidified its place with the best of the Super Bowl halftime shows. When it comes to pure class and energy, there's simply no beating the Queen. Number 4. The Rolling Stones, Super Bowl 40. The Stones were going into Super Bowl 40 amidst a whirlwind of controversy. Many citizens of Detroit, the host city, believed that the Stones weren't the right group to accurately portray their musical culture. Not to mention the fact that the whole Janet Jackson wardrobe fiasco, which occurred 2 years earlier, was still a sore spot in general for any potential halftime performer. Luckily, the Stones are always a good pick for a dependable, kick-ass show. They played on a giant stage made to look like their trademark lips and tongue logo, and rocked the house with some of their most classic tunes. It wasn't as flashy as Beyoncé or anything, but there's no going wrong with a Kick Out the Jams performance. Number 3. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Super Bowl 43. Springsteen and the Super Bowl seemingly go together like beer and chicken fingers, but Springsteen had continuously turned down the offer to play the halftime show. However, he finally accepted for Super Bowl 43, and Mr. Let me tell ya, it was well worth the wait. Springsteen immediately commanded the stage by telling viewers to put the chicken fingers down and turn the volume up. And he then proceeded to rock the stadium for this entire short set. The boss, like the Stones, proved that you don't necessarily need high-budget gimmicks or effects to be memorable. All you need is some timeless music, a lot of swagger, and the confidence to rock in front of hundreds of millions of people. Number 2. Michael Jackson, Super Bowl 27. The Jacksons have certainly claimed their stake in Super Bowl history, although Janet's share is probably not what she originally had in mind. Michael, on the other hand, deserves all the acclaim he's garnered over the years for his appropriately legendary performance at Super Bowl 27. Jacko was brought in to revitalize waning Super Bowl ratings, and he came through in flashy glory, erupting from the stage, which was followed by almost 2 minutes of pure crowd pandemonium, and backed up by a choir of 3,500 children. It was an enormous success, greatly influencing future Super Bowl halftime shows. The whole tradition wouldn't be what it is today if it weren't for Michael Jackson. Before we rock you with our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Prince, Super Bowl 41.
All along the watchtower, Princess kept a view.
Yup, this diminutive purple god set the musical standard for this biggest of jock events. Life is full of surprises. Prince took to the massive stage, which was modeled after his logo, to perform many of his most beloved jams. There was fascinatingly little overt spectacle in this show. It was just Prince absolutely shredding his guitar and commanding the stage like no one else ever has or ever will. And, rather poetically, he ended the show with a tear-inducing rendition of Purple Rain, as rain cascaded around him and his gloriously funky guitar. It rocked, it was moving, and it is, we're confident to say, the best Super Bowl halftime show of all time.
Today, there are various options available for your teen's orthodontic treatment. In traditional braces, brackets are glued individually to each tooth, and a wire is placed onto those brackets and secured either with an elastic or it clips right in. The child would visit the orthodontist's office about once a month, and the orthodontist would twist the wires to create pressure on the teeth to move the teeth. A popular option for teens to treat their teeth today is to use the Invisalign system. Your child would wear clear aligners daily and switch them out once a week. In my practice, I'm treating more and more teens with Invisalign treatment. Teens have a lot of activities. Many of them are sports related, many of them are music related. With sports, they can wear their aligners, they can play their sports, they won't have the typical injuries with the traditional braces. With music, especially if they play wind instruments, they can play those instruments without having to have the complications of the traditional braces laying behind the lips. Moms love it because the overall number of visits can be less, and the treatment can be even faster than fixed traditional braces. The Invisalign system can treat a variety of cases, from the simple to the complex.
The Invisalign system is changing the way we straighten teeth. Now there's a comfortable, removable, and almost invisible alternative to braces. Invisalign treatment consists of a series of clear aligners that gradually move teeth into position. And every year, our research and development team find new ways to improve how the Invisalign system works. Every single aligner is unique, with tens of thousands produced and shipped every day. In fact, Align Technology is a world leader in 3D printing and mass customization. Want to know how it works? It starts at the doctor's office with a physical impression or a digital scan of your teeth that is used to create a 3D model. Then that data is transferred to our dental technicians who work with your doctor to create a digital treatment plan based on your doctor's prescription. The proposed plan is sent back to the doctor for review, modification, and approval. The data from the approved treatment plan then moves to our automated plant, where each individual aligner is custom fabricated. Over 80,000 aligners are made, tracked, and shipped each day to doctors' offices. You'll receive a series of aligners to change at home every 2 weeks and visit your doctor roughly every 2 months for a checkup. Whether it's the convenience, flexibility, or discreetness that attracts patients to Invisalign, there's one question they all have in common. Does it really work? The answer is yes. In the hands of an experienced provider, Invisalign has proven to be as effective as traditional braces for treating a wide range of teeth straightening issues. Find out if Invisalign is right for you.
Oh, Miami. Where do I start? Sun, beach, and madness. These are my hidden secrets and best places to visit for this tropical city in the United States.
Rock and roll, buddy!
All right!
Start off in the Wynwood Art District and grab a freshly roasted coffee from Panther Coffee.
What you're drinking now is roasted this morning. The coffee was probably picked up a couple of days ago, so it's really farm to table. That's why you have that intense flavor.
Truly one of the best coffees I've ever had. Oh.
Wynwood is famous for its awesome graffiti, so a great place to stroll around. In Wynwood, you will also find Ceviche, a Japanese-Peruvian fusion restaurant, and a great spot for an affordable lunch or dinner tapas.
Dig in.
Dig in.
What is this?
Chiradito. That's phenomenal.
Miami is famous for its gorgeous dive sites, like Molasses Reef and the Neptune Memorial Reef. If you have a few days to spare in Miami, I highly recommend obtaining a PADI open water diving license and visit one of these beautiful sites. A hidden secret is the underwater hotel at Key Largo, about an hour drive from downtown Miami, called Jules Undersea Lodge, where they even deliver pizzas to your underwater hotel room. Florida is well known for its alligators. At Kush Restaurant, you can even eat them.
We got gator bites, we got gator tacos. We're gonna eat a lot of gator tonight.
Yeah?
These are made from real alligator.
That's hella good. Tastes like chicken, but like a mixture of chicken and turkey. Great dish. Complete this meal with a famous piece of key lime pie. One of the best pies I've ever had. Key lime pie from
US, baby. Arriba! That's the good stuff right there.
Next, go all out and rent a jet ski to explore Miami Bay and Star Island and try making a few donuts. Now these jet skis set us back around $80 per person for 30 minutes. You can rent these jet skis at the Mondrian Hotel, which has one of the most beautiful pools in the city. A few blocks north of the Mondrian, you will find the Spa Standard Hotel, which also has a gorgeous pool. Both these pools are definitely worth checking out.
Look how horrible this spot is. I'm just kidding. This is absolutely the best pool in Miami. And then there is this free parking deck
on Lincoln Street. Just take the elevator to the top floor for this mesmerizing view of Miami South Beach. Miami is well known for its world's largest collection of Art Deco architecture, which became popular in the 1920s and 30s. You will find many cool buildings like the Colony Theater, the Delano, Breakwater, and the Pelican.
Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican!
And a few others on world's famous Ocean Drive. Pick up a fresh coconut and wander around admiring these beautiful classic buildings and their many patios, bars and restaurants. Don't leave without trying a Wet Willy, one of the most iconic bars on Ocean Drive, where you can get the most ridiculous alcoholic slushies. From attitude improvement to call a cab. My favorite, the White Russian. A medium slushie goes for $11.
Oh, that's some serious brain freeze.
Now, if you're looking for some mayhem, then Lock and Load is your spot.
Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend!
Here you can shoot any weapon you've ever wanted, from Golden Desert Eagles holy shit to full-blown machine guns. Florida is also known for its delicious stone crab. Harvesting is accomplished by removing one of the claws from the live animal and returning it to the ocean where it can regrow the lost limb. So no stone crab actually dies. Also here we couldn't escape the key lime pie. It's truly unbeatable. We're topping it off with some key lime pie. Oh god, this is legit. Beach time! Instead of staying on the touristy beaches near Ocean Drive, head north to the Soho Beach Club.
Another absolute boiling day on the beach. The whole week it's been 27 to 28 degrees. Thank God I brought a lot of sunscreen.
Which has this gorgeous beach, gorgeous people, and a great spot for celebrity spotting. Just let the paparazzi lead the way.
So yeah, we're surrounded by paparazzi. Supposedly there's some famous people here in the water.
Larsa Pippen, apparently.
I've always wanted to yell shark. Shark!
Now if you prefer the pool over the beach, then check out Hyde Beach Club during the weekends for their absolutely insane pool parties. Miami is also notorious for its breathtaking sunsets, especially while you watch their massive cruise ships leave Dodge Island. In the evening, I recommend going for dinner at Silvano's. Incredible Italian cuisine at affordable prices, unlike the tourist traps on Ocean Drive. Another famous street is Espanola Way, Little Spain in Miami. A great spot for a little birthday party and some delicious gelato. Speaking of gelato, check out 4D on Lincoln Road for an excellent cold dessert.
Creme roche and amaretto.
The final restaurant worth mentioning, Nayara, voted the best restaurant in Miami South Beach. A feast for your taste buds.
Got Chef B's beef jerky.
This is heaven. I was blown away by their high quality fish.
Otoro. I don't think I've ever tasted anything like that. It's literally butter.
They even fly in rare fish from all over the world.
#1 in Miami, this guy. Oh my god.
This place is worth every penny while in Miami.
Absolutely some of the best hospitality I've ever experienced.
At nighttime, enjoy the neon lights on Ocean Drive for that tropical 80s feel. And grab a few drinks at the local bars.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
When midnight is approaching, it's time for the insane Miami nightlife, including places like Ricky's, Aura, Live, Hyde, and The Leven. The absolute top nightclubs in Miami, and some of the best in the United States. Go watch my full Miami nightlife guide in next week's video.
The addresses to all these locations can be found in the description box below. Or you can download an entire map with more hidden secrets from my website, reformat.com. Just click on the link that appears on your screen right now for addresses, prices, maps, and additional photos. Now as always, here are some extra bonus tips. If time permits, go watch a Miami Heat basketball game at the American Airlines Arena.
Come on!
Try out some of the odd American junk foods. Check the link in the description box for my full review. And if you really want to venture out, go watch the alligators at the famous Everglades National Park. Now if you have been to Miami before, I would love to know if you have some hidden secrets you can share with us in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please click on the thumbs up button to support my show, and please share the hell out of this video if you think it was useful, and subscribe if you want more fast-paced travel guides. And I cannot wait until next week to show you another amazing Reformat episode. Have yourself a fantastic day. Ciao, ciao.
When a team of archaeologists recently came across some 15,000-year-old human remains, they made an interesting discovery. The teeth of those ancient humans were riddled with holes. Their cavities were caused by the same thing that still plagues us today: specific tiny microbes that live in our mouths. These microbes are with us soon after birth. We typically pick them up as babies from our mother's mouths. And as our teeth erupt, they naturally begin to accumulate communities of bacteria. Depending on what we eat, and specifically how much sugar we consume, certain microbes can overpopulate and cause cavities. Diets high in sugary foods cause an explosion of bacteria called mutans streptococci in our mouths. Like humans, these microorganisms love sugar, using it as a molecular building block and energy source. As they consume it, the bacteria generate byproducts in the form of acids, such as lactic acid. The mutans streptococci are resistant to this acid, but unfortunately, our teeth aren't. While each human tooth is coated in a hardy, protective layer of enamel, it's no match for acid. That degrades the armor over time, leaching away its calcium minerals. Gradually, acid wears down a pathway for bacteria into the tooth's secondary layer called the dentin. Since blood vessels and nerves in our teeth are enclosed deep within, at this stage, the expanding cavity doesn't hurt. But if the damage extends beyond the dentin, the bacterial invasion progresses, causing excruciating pain as the nerves become exposed. Without treatment, the whole tooth may become infected and require removal, all due to those sugar-loving bacteria. The more sugar our food contains, the more our teeth are put at risk. Those cavemen would hardly have indulged in sugary treats, however. So what caused their cavities? In meat-heavy diets, there would have been a low risk of cavities developing because lean meat contains very little sugar. But that's not all our early human ancestors ate. Cavemen would also have consumed root vegetables, nuts, and grains, all of which contain carbohydrates. When exposed to enzymes in the saliva, carbohydrates get broken down into simpler sugars, which can become the fodder for those ravenous mouth bacteria. So while ancient humans did eat less sugar compared to us, their teeth were still exposed to sugars. That doesn't mean they were unable to treat their cavities, though. Archaeological remains show that about 14,000 years ago, humans were already using sharpened flint to remove bits of rotten teeth. Ancient humans even made rudimentary drills to smooth out the rough holes left behind, and beeswax to plug cavities, like modern-day fillings. Today, we have much more sophisticated techniques and tools, which is fortunate because we also need to contend with our more damaging, sugar-guzzling ways. After the Industrial Revolution, the human incidence of cavities surged because suddenly we had technological advances that made refined sugar cheaper and accessible. Today, an incredible 92% of American adults have had cavities in their teeth. Some people are more susceptible to cavities due to genes that may cause certain weaknesses, like softer enamel. But for most, high sugar consumption is to blame. However, we have developed other ways of minimizing cavities besides reducing our intake of sugar and starch. In most toothpastes and many water supplies, we use tiny amounts of fluoride. That strengthens teeth and encourages the growth of enamel crystals that build up a tooth's defenses against acid. When cavities do develop, we use tooth fillings to fill and close off the infected area, preventing them from getting worse. The best way to avoid a cavity is still cutting down on sugar intake and practicing good oral hygiene to get rid of the bacteria and their food sources. That includes regular toothbrushing, flossing, and avoiding sugary, starchy, and sticky foods that cling to your teeth between meals. Gradually, the population of sugar-loving microbes in your mouth will decline. Unlike the cavemen of yesteryear, today we have the knowledge required to avert a cavity calamity. We just need to use it.
Congratulations on beginning your Invisalign treatment and your journey to a confident smile. Here are a few tips that will help you along the way. Remember to clean your aligners before wearing them. Wash your hands with soap and water and handle only one aligner at a time. Clean both the inside and the outside of each aligner. Each aligner is marked with a U or an L for upper and lower, followed by the stage number. To insert your aligner, gently push it over your front teeth and then use your fingertips to apply gentle pressure over your molars until the aligner snaps into place. Remember, your aligners only work if they're in your mouth, so wearing them consistently will keep your treatment moving forward. Since the aligners are virtually invisible, no one needs to know you're straightening your teeth. And you can drink cool water while wearing them. If you're eating or drinking anything other than water, you'll need to remove your aligners to protect them from damage. It's also a great opportunity for good oral hygiene. Ideally, you should brush or floss after every meal or snack, but if you don't have a toothbrush with you, rinse your mouth and clean your aligners by holding them under warm, running water. Always store your aligners in a case to prevent loss and damage. Enjoy food with friends. Take photos with confidence. Invisalign doesn't interfere with your social life the way braces can. Aligner removal is simple. Use your fingertip on the inside of your back molar to slowly pull the aligner from your teeth. Repeat on the other side, then remove the aligner. Let your doctor know if you have difficulty removing your aligners. When starting a new set of aligners, switch to your new set in the evening. Rinse the new aligners and wear them for at least 12 hours straight. If you feel discomfort, ask your doctor if you should take an over-the-counter pain reliever. New aligner discomfort generally subsides in a few days. Following these simple guidelines will help improve your treatment experience and your comfort. If you have any other questions, consult with your doctor and visit Invisalign.com to see other patient success stories. We hope you enjoy the confidence of your new smile.
This is Jim. He isn't smiling much these days. You see, Jim has gum disease. Due to his gum disease, Jim needs to have 2 of his teeth extracted. Did you know that half of all American adults have gum disease? Gum disease is the #1 cause of tooth loss. Jim also has bad breath, which is impacting his social life. Gum disease bacteria release sulfuric gases that cause bad breath. Jim has rheumatoid arthritis, so he can no longer play tennis. Studies show that gum disease is 2 times more prevalent in rheumatoid arthritis patients. And to top it off, Jim has heart disease. According to the American Dental Association, there are several studies that show a link between gum disease and heart disease. Thankfully, Jim's dental hygienist recommended a Waterpik water flosser before it was too late. Jim just received his best dental checkup ever. Jim's breath is incredibly clean and fresh. His confidence is soaring. Jim's tennis game has never been better. And Jim has the heart of a lion. The Waterpik water flosser, clinically proven. It's the easy and more effective way to floss. Don't wait until it's too late. Ask your dentist about Waterpik or learn more at waterpik.com.
Meet Todd. Todd is a rock star. Except lately, he hasn't been feeling 100%. Now meet Todd's wife, Jill. Jill loves Todd dearly, but his snoring has made it impossible for her to sleep. It's gotten so bad lately that they now sleep in separate rooms. At a visit with his physician, Todd was asked if he snored. After recognizing additional symptoms, his physician diagnosed him with obstructive sleep apnea. Obstructive sleep apnea is a potentially serious sleep disorder in which breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. At first, Todd was scared that he'd end up looking like Bane from Batman with a CPAP machine. But then his doctor referred him to a SomnoMed dentist to be fitted for a custom-made SomnoDent oral appliance. The SomnoDent treats obstructive sleep apnea by stabilizing and/or moving the jaw slightly forward. This optimal position of the jaw prevents the patient's airway from collapsing during sleep. So now Todd can get back to doing what he loves most. Playing music, that is. If you or a loved one suffers from sleep problems or aren't happy with your current sleep apnea treatment, set up an appointment today with a SomnoMed dentist. You'll be happy you did.
Fluoride in our community water is a good thing. Here's why. Community water fluoridation is considered one of 10 great public health achievements of the 20th century. In fact, over 100 national health organizations recognize the public health benefits of fluoride in our community water.
It's so important that we prevent tooth decay, which can be a very serious disease if it's not treated. Water fluoridation helps adults as well as children. We have evidence on that. People are keeping their teeth longer, thank goodness.
It's effective.
I'm a mom, I'm a dental hygienist, and I'm also a researcher. And I like to wear all three hats. I always try to find the best science and evidence when I'm trying to make decisions about my children. And fluoride, especially through community water fluoridations, is one of those no-brainers.
It's safe.
Fluoride in community water is absolutely safe. It's been used for over 70 years to help prevent tooth decay.
Thousands of Americans are being misinformed about the safety and benefits of fluoridation. Now, if they go to a credible source, if they go to CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, if they go to the American Dental Association, if they go to ilikemyteeth.org, when they go to credible sources, they get the facts, the true science, and information.
I have absolutely no concern about community water fluoridation harming the children. I'm actually more concerned about not having fluoride.
Fluoride is natural. It's a fact that fluoride is naturally present in soil, rivers, lakes, and even the ocean. Water fluoridation is the addition of fluoride up to the recommended level for preventing tooth decay. It's similar to fortifying other foods and beverages, like fortifying salt with iodine, milk with vitamin D, orange juice with calcium, and bread with folic acid. It's preventive.
Why do you need to treat a disease when you can prevent it? It makes sense to prevent disease.
And it's not just saving teeth, it's saving money. Every dollar invested in water fluoridation saves money for families in our communities. That's great news.
This gives us the opportunity to help all Americans be protected from not only mouth disease, but full body disease.
We are all a network and a community that rely on one another for the well-being of ourselves and our own children. And community water fluoridation is a really important example of joining together as a community, investing in ourselves as a community so that we can raise our children in the most healthy way possible.
You want to make an impact on a community? Fluoridation is the foundation for better oral health.
Get the facts. Protect your health. Find out more. Visit ada.org/fluoride.
Maybe you've heard Invisalign clear aligners are more expensive than braces. Actually, when you compare the cost of both treatments, they're about the same. Plus, Invisalign treatment gives your teen things most other clear aligners don't, like the one-of-a-kind material that's flexible for a better fit and feel, to the software that creates a digital roadmap that previews your teen's new smile, to the advances that help treatments finish 5 months faster on average than braces. Of course, both braces and Invisalign can correct a range of cases, from the simple to the complex. But teens with Invisalign treatment are 2 times more likely to have higher self-esteem. Now that you can't put a price on.
start?
No, you can start. She really, like, honestly didn't talk. Like, she would be quiet, like, she was very introverted.
People think like it's only in the outside, something that you can actually see. For me, it was more in the inside.
It's a feeling you can't really describe until you've lost that feeling and regained it.
I am a lot happier with myself.
Everything improved, and it just opened up a whole new world for me.
This is what's going to change my life, and it's just been an emotional journey.
I always second guess myself. Should I do it or should I not?
When I was presenting solutions to my clients, there was this shyness about the information that I was giving to them. They were not trusting me.
It was hard to talk to certain kids, but now it's like, hey, how's it going?
I felt like I could conquer things that I maybe couldn't have conquered before, and it was just a great feeling.
I was at an anniversary party a while ago, and a distant relative said to me, "What's the matter with you? You're always smiling."
I've definitely noticed, especially in photos, how different she takes them. If you look back, she'll always be like, duck face, but now she'll smile in photos. She just looks so much happier.
When you feel confident, that kind of takes the weight off your shoulders, and you can go and you can have fun with others, and you can make them feel better about themselves too.
That self-confidence kind of starts a lifestyle of health and happiness and maintaining that health and happiness.
I think once you get over something or once you move forward in your life, you don't necessarily think of where you were until you look back at that picture and you're like, wow, I was barely smiling, or I don't look like I was fully present, and now I feel like I am more present.
I feel like I can be myself, I can talk to who I want to talk to, I can go on that date with that girl, anything that I really feel I have the confidence to do.
It felt very empowering. I don't know if I can say that my smile got bigger, but my smile got bigger.
There aren't even words to describe it.
People tell me I brighten up the room, and I like that.
I talk more, I smile more, I raise my hand in class more.
If I feel good, like it's all good. I don't really mind what other people think about me, and that's what I try to teach you, Leah. Like, the most important thing is how you feel about yourself.
If I look across the room and, you know, I'm checking out a hot guy and I'm like, hey, and I feel like I can do that.
I'm taking selfies all the time now. All the time.
You have every right to feel as good about yourself and to look as beautiful as you possibly can.
It's fantastic. It really is. The confidence that you gain from it, it really can open many, many doors that you never thought that you could open before.
Not bad for 75.
I was able to come out of my shell.
I see someone who's beautiful.
I'm not afraid to stand out. I can take on the world.
I am more present.
I got my smile back.
I have confidence.
I have confidence.
Because of Invisalign.
Because of Invisalign.
We did it.
Put your arm around me.
These are the films that made Hollywood great.
It's
gone. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today, in this installment of our series on the greatest movies of all time, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies of all time.
This is a tasty burger.
This final video culminates our best movies of all time series by drawing from the number 1 or number 2 ranked movies in each decade. These movies are selected based on their iconic status, critical acclaim, box office success, and watchability, and not what your film studies professor or most artsy movie critics would pick. You voted in droves, we researched till the cows came home. It's now time for the mother of all lists. Grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and action.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Number 10, Apocalypse Now.
Every minute I stay in this room, I get weaker. And every minute Charlie squats in the bush, he gets stronger.
With cinema legends like Martin Sheen, Robert Duvall, and Marlon Brando in the lead roles, Apocalypse Now crackles with scene after scene of horrifically and masterfully executed death and destruction. Mirroring Joseph Conrad's novel Heart of Darkness, Francis Ford Coppola's gritty, Oscar-nominated Vietnam War epic follows a group of soldiers tasked with assassinating a rogue colonel.
They told me that you had gone totally insane.
But the result is less a journey about the horrors faced in the trenches and more about the shadows of the soul.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Number 9, The Wizard of Oz.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
With L. Frank Baum's universally appealing story as its backbone, this Technicolor masterpiece transcends age and race to tell the coming-of-age story of a young Kansas girl who dreams of a land somewhere over the rainbow.
Over the rainbow.
Though it's now considered one of the most iconic films in Hollywood history, Wizard was not commercially successful upon its release.
Put 'em up, put 'em up!
However, its mix of timeless music, comedy, and a relatable moral has made this a film all parents recommend to their children and enjoy watching with them.
Why can't
My dear, don't you know? That's Red Butler. He's from Charleston. He has a most terrible reputation.
Number 8, Gone with the Wind.
He looks as if he knows what I look like without my shimmy. How?
Painting a romanticized picture of the war-torn South before, during, and following the Civil War, David O. Selznick's Gone with the Wind presents viewers with a strong female heroine in search of control.
God is my witness, they're not going to lick me. I'm going to live through this, and when it's all over, I'll never be hungry again.
Winning a record number of Oscars, including an historic one for African-American actress Hattie McDaniel, the film is beautifully shot, technically brilliant, and ambitious in scope. Ultimately, with all its romance and heartbreak, Gone with the Wind is a cinematic landmark that won't soon be forgotten.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I'm gonna go pinch a loaf. When I come back, this is all gone, all right?
Number 7, The Shawshank Redemption.
They send you here for life? That's exactly what they take.
Based on Stephen King's novella, The Shawshank Redemption follows a man as he's carted off to jail for his wife's murder.
I'm Andy Dufresne.
Wife-killing banker.
But rather than being a tale of despair and hopelessness, it's a story of fortitude, friendship, fidelity, and, of course, redemption.
It was like some beautiful bird flapped into our drab little cage and made those walls dissolve away. And for the briefest of moments, every last man at Shawshank felt free.
With Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman working together to bring this story to life, this Frank Darabont film was not a runaway box office hit. But its positive reviews, eventual popularity, and 7 Academy Award nominations ensured its spot in cinema history.
And here we go.
Number 6, The Dark Knight.
Hi.
Dark, twisted, and with a depth not present in most comic book movies. This second film in Christopher Nolan's Batman franchise redefined the genre and appealed to both comic book fans and the general public.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. He can't feel the neck. See?
Tracking the Caped Crusader as he battles the infamous Joker, The Dark Knight blurs the lines between superhero and supervillain, painting each as a complex and embattled character.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
With a standout Heath Ledger performance that won the actor a posthumous Oscar, Batman's story was given a decisively gritty sequel, and one that surpassed the original.
Why so serious?
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Number 5, Star Wars Episode V: The Empire Strikes Back.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough.
While the first film in George Lucas's Star Wars saga was a fun space adventure, the second is much darker and more emotional.
No, I am your father.
Considered by many as the strongest of the 3 original films, Empire is not only a feast for the eyes, with its expensive and extravagant visuals, it's also a timeless story to which we can all relate. Aside from the distant planets, lightsabers, and alien creatures, that is.
R2!
Innovative and creative, this chapter in the life of Luke Skywalker and friends is epic filmmaking at its finest.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Number 4, Psycho.
Oh, we have 12 vacancies. 12 cabins, 12 vacancies.
There are few scenes as memorable and influential as Alfred Hitchcock's shower incident, with its many cuts, many angles, and subtle hints of violence and nudity. But to downplay the rest of Psycho would be fatal. This thriller is Hitchcock's masterwork.
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
Critics were initially divided in their opinions on the film, but Psycho eventually earned 4 Oscar nominations. Shifting the norms of acceptable on-screen violence and sexuality, this movie surprised everyone who saw it. But even if you know the secrets of Psycho, it's as terrifying as ever.
They'll see, and they'll know, and they'll say, why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Number 3, Pulp Fiction.
Well, you gotta have an opinion. I mean, do you think that God came down from heaven and stopped us?
Oh, what's happening? Oh, man.
Is this film driven by its standout performances? Yes.
So he hid it. In one place he knew he could hide something, his ass.
Is it driven by its extreme violence? Of course. But more than that, Quentin Tarantino's Oscar-winning Pulp Fiction is driven by subtle, articulate, and pop culture-heavy dialogue.
And what do they call it?
They call it Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
What do they call a Big Mac?
Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it Le Big Mac.
The nonlinear plot follows an interwoven group of colorful characters in intricate detail. With such dark humor, you'll laugh in spite of yourself.
If you're all right, then say something.
Something. With a soundtrack that punctuates the mood and sound bites you'll be quoting for years, Pulp Fiction has everything necessary to make you watch it over and over.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Rosebud.
Number 2, Citizen Kane.
I sympathize with you. Charles Foster Kane is a scoundrel. His paper should be run out of town. A committee should be formed to boycott him.
It's a wonder that a first-time director was able to cobble together what is now considered one of the greatest films ever made. But with Citizen Kane, Orson Welles did exactly that.
What were Kane's last words? Do you remember, boys?
Yes, swear.
Welles co-wrote, directed, produced, and starred in this film, which tells the life story of a wealthy media mogul, mostly through flashbacks.
I expect to lose $1 million next year. You know, Mr. Thatcher, at the rate of $1 million a year, I'll have to close this place in 60 years.
To create his Oscar-winning masterpiece, Welles employed innovative and groundbreaking cinematic and storytelling techniques, creating a layered film that appeals to both cinephiles and the general public alike. Before we unveil our pick for the best movie of all time, here are a few honorable mentions.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Come on!
Michael Francis Rizzi, do you renounce Satan?
Number 1, The Godfather.
Luca Brasi held a gun to his head, and my father assured him that either his brains or his signature would be on the contract.
Shedding light on the mafia world like few films before or since, the Best Picture-winning Godfather follows the Corleone family as the reins of the business are passed from Don Vito to his son Michael.
He'll set up a meeting with someone that you absolutely trust, guaranteeing your safety. And at that meeting, you'll be assassinated.
In this film and its 1974 sequel, Francis Ford Coppola crafts a world that allows us to care for and even identify with men who are fundamentally bad guys.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
And virtuoso performances by greats like Brando, Pacino, and Duvall elevate the subtle writing and graphic violence to make The Godfather a truly great film.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite movie of all time? For more thrilling top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Philips Sonicare toothbrushes clean teeth in a way a manual toothbrush cannot. Their patented sonic technology uses high frequency and amplitude to generate a unique brushing action. The unique bristle tip activity has a velocity of over 30,000 strokes per minute, which results in thorough plaque biofilm disruption. And the brush sweeps back and forth, allowing you to clean even hard-to-reach areas. The dynamic cleaning action forces fluid deep into areas in between the teeth and along the gum line. Foamy liquid is directed around and between teeth and along the gum line where plaque bacteria flourish. First, let's explain how to use the automatic quad pacer timer. Just move to the next section of your mouth after you hear a pause every 30 seconds. The brush stops automatically after the recommended 2 minutes of brushing. Now apply toothpaste to the brush head. Wet the brush head and turn the brush on when it is in your mouth. Angle the brush along the gum line at about 45 degrees. Now gently glide and guide the brush along the gum line using only light pressure from your fingertips. Slowly move the brush from tooth to tooth. While moving, the longer bristles effectively clean in between the teeth. Now move the brush head slowly along the inner surfaces of all your teeth. Spend extra time on the inner surfaces of your lower front teeth, as this is where calculus can build up. Cleaning the biting surfaces is even easier. Just slowly move across them and let the Sonicare toothbrush do its job. With a Sonicare toothbrush, it is easy to reach the surfaces of your back teeth. To make this even easier, you can also use the compact brush head. As soon as you hear a pause, move to the next section of your mouth. For the best cleaning results, make sure you change your brush head every 3 months. And to remove even more plaque biofilm from in between your teeth, use the Philips Sonicare Air Floss. If you have any questions about brushing with a Philips Sonicare toothbrush, please ask your dental professional.
This decade saw Hollywood turn to computers even more to tell their stories, and a wide variety of genres experienced success.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today, in this installment of our series on the greatest movies of all time, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies of the 2000s.
Trini! G-Lie, you boy.
For our series of the best movies of all time, we've chosen 10 movies per decade based on their iconic status, critical acclaim, box office success, and watchability. And just so you know, we're not necessarily choosing the movies your film studies professor would pick.
You're a real hooker, and I'm gonna slap you in public.
So sit back and relax as we don our capes, join our fellowships, and walk into the arena of battle.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Trip aces. Aces win.
Number 10, Casino Royale. Based on Ian Fleming's very first Bond novel, the 21st film in this thrilling franchise breathed new life into the British secret agent.
You know, that's not half bad. I'm gonna have to think up a name for that.
Following 007 as he earns his 00 status, we see Bond on a quest to take down infamous arms dealer Le Chiffre.
Do you want a clean kill or do you want to send a message?
We want him alive.
That involves a high-stakes poker match and defending himself from swarms of henchmen. But it's nothing this SIS officer can't handle. With Daniel Craig bringing cold and calculating characteristics to the character, fans and critics couldn't get enough of the new and improved Bond.
Now the whole world's gonna know that you don't scratch my balls.
Number 9, The Incredibles.
We're dead! We're dead! We're survived, but we're dead!
Stop it! It's the Pixar film that helped pave the way for other computer-animated successes. When superhero dad Mr. Incredible comes out of retirement for a new mission, his wife and kids are pulled into the thick of it too. But fortunately, they also have superpowers. Filled with critically acclaimed visual effects and flawless animation, The Incredibles is an adorable film that blends suburban humor with exciting action, allowing it to fly home with the Best Animated Feature Oscar.
Is this not why you were here?
Number 7, Gladiator. After being betrayed by a jealous son of a king, renowned Roman army general Maximus Decimus Meridius finds his family murdered and his life torn apart.
Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance.
Eventually ending up as a gladiatorial warrior in Rome with nothing left to lose, he proves that no matter how bad things get, you must always fight for your humanity.
There was a dream that was Rome. It shall be realized.
With its brilliant battle sequences and Russell Crowe's unyielding performance, this Ridley Scott Sword and Sandals epic won a slew of Oscars, including Best Picture.
Time for honoring yourself will soon be at an end.
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss.
Number 6, No Country for Old Men.
Would you hold still, please, sir?
Picking up on the themes of their previous films, the Coen brothers faithfully adapt this Cormac McCarthy novel. When a man finds a motherlode of cash after a drug deal goes sour, he becomes the target of a compassionless assassin. We watch as this monosyllabic hitman plows through all that get in his way as he hunts the money down. It's an Academy Award-winning case of cat and mouse, masterfully executed at the hands of the Coen brothers.
Mister, you had a bone sticking out of your arm.
All right, let me just sit here a minute.
Hey, James, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Number 5, The Hurt Locker.
Hey, James! Sergeant Sanborn is asking if you'll please put your headset back on. That's a negative.
An insight into the chaotic world of the Iraq War, The Hurt Locker follows maverick bomb disposal expert Sergeant First Class William James. With his no-nonsense approach to his trade, Sergeant James' methods soon spark dispute between him and his fellow soldiers.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
Never turn your headset off again.
Packed with action, drama, and insanely tense moments, Catherine Bigelow's The Hurt Locker delivers a unique and different point of view from the battlefield that took home several Oscars.
I'm the best friend you have on the face of this earth, and I'm gonna help you understand something, you punk. You're no f***ing cop.
Number 4, The Departed.
What, do you get your period?
Betrayal, secrecy, and violence. A classic Scorsese recipe that won 4 Oscars. With a mole in both the FBI and the mob, we watch as each rat gnaws away at secret intel.
I got this rat, this gnawing, key-eating f***ing rat.
The combination of Leonardo DiCaprio's determined Billy Costigan and Matt Damon's cocky Colin Sullivan makes for an entertaining battle, as each of them tries to discover the identity of the other.
Who are you?
So it is you.
Throw in Jack Nicholson's portrayal of Frank Costello, and you've got one hell of a movie.
Jeez. She fell funny.
What would you like, Eli?
$10,000.
Number 3, There Will Be Blood.
When do we get our money, Daniel?
Brought to us by Paul Thomas Anderson, this drama follows prospector Daniel Plainview as he builds his empire during the Southern California oil boom.
What are you looking so miserable about? There's a whole ocean of oil under our feet.
While he's met with many speed bumps along the way, it's watching Daniel Day-Lewis portray the character's descent into greed and madness at the cost of all else that makes it a truly gripping watch.
You look like a fool, don't you, Dilford? Yes. Yes.
Both the character and Anderson's film are uncompromising and ambitious, and both helped win Day-Lewis his second Oscar for Best Actor.
They will answer to the King of Gondor.
Number 2, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
For Frodo.
Completing the trilogy initiated back in 2001, The Return of the King splits its epically long runtime between Aragorn and his men battling Sauron's army, and Frodo's journey to Mount Doom to destroy the One Ring.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Come on!
Thanks to these two running plots, we get a heady mix of heavy violence and delicate storytelling that's been called one of cinema's great achievements.
You bow to no one.
By closely mirroring J.R.R. Tolkien's book, the movie gives fanboys something to shout about. The Academy was equally impressed, awarding the picture a record-tying 11 Oscars.
You finished it. Not quite. There's room for a little more.
Before we unveil our pick for Best Movie of the 2000s, here are a few honorable mentions.
I have to go home.
Count the headlights on the highway.
You are home.
Lay me down.
If there is a hell, you might want to go there for some R&R after a tour on Pandora. Out there beyond that fence, every living thing that crawls, flies, or squats in the mud wants to kill you and eat your eyes for jujubes.
Listen, I need to get to the East Australian Current, EAC.
Oh, dude. You're riding it, dude! Check it out!
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. It's gone.
Number 1, The Dark Knight.
Hi.
Proving superhero movies don't need to be filled with spandex and cheesy send-off lines, Christopher Nolan's second Batman film redefined the genre and impressed both comic book fans and the general public alike. Dark, twisted, and deeper than the franchise's previous entry, the story follows the Caped Crusader as he faces off against the infamous Joker, played by an electric Heath Ledger.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Though Ledger passed away before the film's release, he was awarded a posthumous Oscar for his work, which helped give Batman's story a gritty and realistic spin. Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite movie of the 2000s? For more thrilling top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You stay classy, planet Earth.
So for parents that are skeptical that their teenagers are not going to be wearing the Invisalign aligners and being compliant, the Invisalign aligners for teens have a blue compliance indicator that will continue to fade if the patient is wearing them for 22 hours per day. So what we find is that teenagers are actually quite good at getting into a new routine. At this stage in their lives, they're actually going through a lot of changes and they're getting used to things like their homework, their hygiene schedules. And so what we found is that teenagers are really good at understanding what they're going to get at the end, which is a beautiful smile, so they end up being very happy to change them every single week.
Want your child to have straighter teeth, but don't want treatment to get in their way? Invisalign uses a series of clear aligners to gradually straighten teeth. The unique design treats a wide range of issues, from mild to severe. And your teen can brush and floss normally to maintain proper oral hygiene. Invisalign lets your kid be a kid. Enjoy a better smile every day with Invisalign. Find out if it's right for your child at Invisalign.com.
With over 1.8 billion bottles of Coca-Cola sold a day and nearly half of Americans drinking at least one glass of soda or pop a day, it's safe to say that many of us love a sugary drink. But what would happen to our brains and bodies if we only drank soda? As the drink enters your mouth, its high acid content begins to erode the enamel on your teeth, and the microorganisms in your plaque start to feed off the sugar, which can lead to cavities. Finish the can, and you may have consumed upwards of 46 grams of sugar. The receptors on your tongue sense this and send a message to your cerebral cortex, activating the reward center of the brain, which says, "More please." After a week of substituting the recommended 8 daily glasses of water for cola instead, you would have consumed around 5,432 extra calories. And this is one of the biggest health problems linked to carbonated drinks: weight gain. It's been estimated that 1/5 of the weight gained in the US between 1977 and 2007 can be attributed to soft drinks. Furthermore, Yale researchers found that when people drink soft drinks, they also consume more calories, mainly because people don't accurately account for the added calories in their beverage. On top of this, the high fructose corn syrup, which is the primary soda sweetener, is not metabolized in our bodies the same way other sugars are. They increase liver fat, upping the risk of cardiovascular disease, and don't stimulate the hormones insulin and leptin. These hormones help the body signal when we're full to prevent overeating. The disruption of insulin also increases the risk of diabetes. Overall, research suggests that reducing the amount of sugar in drinks could prevent 1 million cases of obesity. So, should we swap in diet drinks instead? Surprisingly, there's still a link between artificial sweeteners and weight gain as well. Experiments have found that the sweet taste, whether from real sugar or artificial sweeteners, enhances our appetite. Not to mention, many diet drinkers allow themselves to eat more because they believe they've already reduced their calories, thinking, "I'm having a diet soda, so I can have a large fry with my burger." But soft drinks can also age us. Telomeres are protective caps on the end of our chromosomes which shorten over time. And it turns out that their rate of shortening is nearly the same in a person who drinks 600 milliliters of soda a day as it is in a smoker. So what if you drank 2 liters of pop every day? Well, one woman did just that for 16 years straight until she was hospitalized at age 31. With no family history of heart problems, she suffered from arrhythmia and fainting spells, and tests found her severely deficient in potassium, as both fructose and caffeine can lead to potassium loss through urine and diarrhea. Luckily, our bodies have an amazing ability to recover, and once she quit, her potassium levels and other complications began to rebound.
Continuous open airway therapy, COAT, is a category of products that treat patients seeking an easy, efficient solution for OSA, or obstructive sleep apnea. SomnoMed is proud to be the leader in this industry with its innovative SomnoDent line of products. Left untreated, sleep apnea can have serious and life-shortening consequences, including drug-resistant hypertension, 83%, obesity, 77%, erectile dysfunction, 40%, congestive heart failure, 76%, diabetes, 59%, and coronary artery disease, 76%. COAT provides an alternative to CPAP therapy and has been indicated for patients with mild to moderate obstructive sleep apnea and for those who fail or decline CPAP therapy. Prescribed by your physician and fitted by a sleep dentist, almost 9 out of 10 SomnoDent patients report that their device is comfortable and they sleep better at night, and so do their partners. SomnoDent oral devices are simple to use and FDA cleared. When we sleep, gravity and muscle relaxation allows the tongue and surrounding soft tissue to fall back into the throat area, collapsing the airway and obstructing airflow. This causes pauses in breathing, which can occur hundreds of times per night, which dramatically reduces oxygen levels in the blood, straining the heart. You may have sleep apnea if you choke or gasp for air in your sleep, are tired during the day, snore, have poor memory or forgetfulness, multiple nighttime bathroom trips, or have headaches in the morning. Most of the time, the person sleeping is not aware of the breathing stoppages, but their body is, causing them to be tired during the day, which increases the risk of traffic accidents and work injuries. CPAP, which stands for Continuous Positive Airway Pressure, uses a machine to supply pressurized air through a tube and into a mask that is worn over the nose or sometimes the nose and mouth. Worn during sleep, continuous open airway therapy consists of devices that fit over the upper and lower teeth. Coat devices treat OSA by moving the lower jaw slightly forward. This forward movement helps keep the airway open. Somnodent wearers regularly enjoy refreshing sleep, experience restfulness during the day, increase their health by reducing the chances of serious health complications, restore spousal togetherness, are free to travel because there's no device to plug in. Explore the solution that Coat provides. If you or someone you love has OSA, don't let it go untreated one more day. Talk to your physician about Somnodent Coat Therapy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Vichachi from Dental Excellence of Hollywood. I want to welcome you to our practice. We've been serving the Hollywood community for about 20 years, and we always strive for best. We welcome you to come and visit us, to visit our website, so you can get to know us, and that's the most important part. We are a family of patients, and our team members treat everybody with a smile. They always want you to understand what we're doing, and nothing will be started until we are sure that you understand what is that we're doing. As you can see for the testimonials that we have on our website, it's all our family of patients. They'll tell you exactly what they have, what we did, or you'll see that it's a very organic testimonial about what we do. We always strive for doing the best for you, whether it is something very minimal or you want to have full mouth rehabilitation. We are restoring smiles every day. Sometimes it's just a simple filling, sometimes it's somebody that is grinding their teeth and they need a little bit of an eye guard and a little bit of equilibration. We can do that from a full case where a patient gets teeth overnight with implant dentistry. We love Invisalign. I love doing the treatment, the orthodontic treatment of Invisalign, which is actually an amazing treatment for patients that don't want to wear brackets or braces. It is nowadays considered the state-of-the-art treatment for orthodontics. A lot of orthodontics are using Invisalign because they know the value of it. We've been doing over 400 cases. We competed recently into the GP Summit, where we actually were awarded an honorary mention for the case that we presented. It's very simple, whether you want to brighten your smile, whether you want some veneers to enhance your smile, whether you feel like something is not right with your gums, whether you think that you may be snoring too much. We also do sleep appliances, so we can help you with the sleep apnea or any type of issues. And we work very closely with your neurologist or your sleep doctor, so we can make sure that we can help you with the sleep apnea appliances. No treatment is too small or too big. We'll be able to take care of you, and we always hope that we can get you the best treatment possible. Just take a few moments to look at the smile gallery that we have on our website. Those are some of our cases without very, very graphic, where you can see a before and after picture. We all have our cases documented. If you want to come in and have a private consultation and show you some of our cases, and we'll take some pictures, we'll put you into the computer, we'll look at them together and see what else that we can do for you. It's not only the smile, but the function. They're all connected. It's very, very important that you understand how your bite functions, where you want to get to it, and that we can make it happen for you. It is our goal at Dental Excellence of Hollywood that you receive personalized attention, that you receive excellent customer service, 360 degrees customer service, that you feel comfortable, that we can do anything possible. So when you finish your case, small or big, that you feel comfortable to refer your friends and family. And that's what our practice is based on, all friends and family. Just think about the potential that you can get out of your smile. Let us rebuild that within you. Take a moment to call us and we can answer any questions that you may have. and be able to give you an amazing smile and something that you are like proud of, something that you will, makes you feel better about yourself, your health, your wellness, your body health. That's very important, and we promote that every day. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for visiting our website. We hope to see you soon, and always keep smiling.
Everyone knows that straight teeth give you a beautiful smile. Did you know that straighter teeth can also affect your overall health? Crooked or misaligned teeth, also known as malocclusion, affects 74% of American adults. Left untreated, crooked teeth can lead to periodontal disease and create abnormal amounts of stress on teeth and jaws, which can lead to premature wear. The effects of crooked teeth can worsen over time and may adversely affect your overall health. Common types of misalignment include crowding, spacing, deep bite, open bite, cross bite, edge-to-edge bite, and excessive overjet. Crooked teeth can affect your bite, creating unnatural stress and pressure, leading to premature wear. Teeth that are subject to excessive pressure can develop chipping and notches at the gum line. Over time, the excessive force may also cause flattened or worn down teeth, or chipping and fractures at the edges of teeth. Additionally, a bad bite may produce improper forces on the jaw joint that may lead to pain in the jaw, earache, and even headaches. Premature wear can lead to gum recession, poor bone support at the roots, loose teeth, and eventually tooth loss. Teeth that fit together correctly last longer and are likely to need less costly dentistry in the future. Crooked teeth can affect your periodontal health because it's difficult to remove plaque and bacteria from the crowded areas. Bacteria that is not properly removed will multiply and trigger periodontal disease, which begins as gum inflammation, redness, and bleeding while brushing and flossing. If left untreated, over time, gum inflammation will progress to chronic infection, soft tissue damage, receding gums, periodontal pockets, bone loss, and eventually tooth loss. These conditions can lead to painful repair and maintenance in the future, which could amount to thousands of dollars in expense and countless hours in the dentist's chair. Problems in the oral cavity are best treated in the early stages. Crooked teeth that are left untreated can trap bacteria that damage gum tissue cells and invade blood vessels. This can cause damage to cells that line your coronary arteries, increasing your risk for heart disease, stroke, and other illness. Correctly positioning your teeth for proper alignment and function will help prevent future dental problems and make a significant difference toward a healthy mouth and keeping your teeth for life. Ask your doctor and hygienist today about Invisalign, a series of clear aligners that are custom-made to gradually move and align your teeth. And start on the road to a healthier you today.
This is a Waterpik water flosser. Several appointments ago, my dentist recommended it. He said I'd be amazed at how effective, fast, and easy it is. Now I know why. You see, these pulses of water deep clean between the teeth and below the gum line to remove plaque and food particles where brushing and string floss can't reach. I love how fast my water flosser is. It takes only 1 minute a day. Anything that takes less time is a big plus, right? Sometimes using string was painful. But this style lets me adjust the water pressure from gentle to a more powerful cleaning. It's made to be so easy. Before or after brushing your teeth, fill with warm water, point the tip, lean over the sink, and clean. My dentist was right. I am so glad I finally got my Waterpik water flosser.
This might look like just a little piece of plastic, but inside every Invisalign clear aligner is a whole lot of technology. It starts with a simple scan, which your doctor can use to give you a glimpse of your future smile. Like what you see? With our cutting-edge software, your doctor creates the digital roadmap to get you there. Every shift in your teeth is planned from beginning to end, calculating just the right amount of force needed to move your teeth, so there's no unnecessary pain. Then we take that digital roadmap and bring it to life, using 3D printing to create your custom aligners. The real difference between Invisalign and other clear aligners is in the details, like precision trimming the aligner so it doesn't cut your gums like other brands can. And only Invisalign clear aligners are made with Smart Track material, developed by biomechanical engineers. Translation: our material is more flexible for greater comfort, and it hugs your teeth closer for a better fit and more accurate movements, aka a better smile. Invisalign is the only clear aligner that's shaped 5 million smiles, and each smile has made our system smarter, helping reduce treatment times to as little as 3 months. There are 20 years of research behind every Invisalign clear aligner, all for every smile. That's a whole lot of technology in one little piece of plastic.
At the initial consultation for Invisalign treatment in my practice, what we do is we take photographs we take an x-ray, and we do a scan of their teeth on the iTero scanner. And from that scan, we can actually show a simulation of what the treatment may finish like. Once a teen is deemed a good candidate for the Invisalign clear aligners, then they leave the office. I spend time devising their treatment plan. I actually turn on the 3D controls and I move their teeth myself. Once I've done that and I'm happy with the results, they come back in with their parent and both of them get to see a movie of their teeth moving at every single stage of the process. In comparison to wearing braces, what we have found in my practice is that patients have very, very few emergency appointments using the Invisalign clear aligners.
Meet Invisalign clear aligners, the future of your teen's smile. Want to get a preview of what their smile can look like? You can, right after they complete their initial scan in as little as 1 minute. After that, your doctor maps out every single movement, down to the tiniest of tiny shifts. So, those aligners, are they made of just any kind of plastic? They're made with a one-of-a-kind material that's flexible, so it's more comfortable to wear, and thin, so you can barely see it. And that's just the beginning. Because the Invisalign system has all kinds of amazing innovations. Advances made just for teens and their smiles. Because they have foods to eat without worry, sports to play without broken wires or brackets, smiles to give with endless confidence. It's transformation without the interruption. Move your teen forward with Invisalign clear aligners.
As the patient wear their aligners, the teeth will move step by step as shown by their treatment plan, and then your child's doctor will schedule the appropriate number of office visits to ensure that the Invisalign treatment is progressing as planned. And a big advantage to using Invisalign is that on average there's about 80% less emergency visits than with traditional braces.
The Invisalign system is the most technologically advanced clear aligner system in the world. As a result of that, we can treat simple cases to complex cases using Invisalign clear aligners for teens. I always suggest that parents look on the Invisalign website and go to the doctor locator, and on there they can find doctors who are the most qualified, who have the most skill using Invisalign clear aligners.